Hello, parents and students. My name is Kara McWilliams, and I am one of the Algebra 1 teachers here at North. This is only my second year at North. I taught in Richardson for 5 years before coming here, which makes 7 years total in education. I went to Abilene Christian University for my undergrad in math education, and then went to the University of Texas at Arlington for my master's in math curriculum and instruction. So like I said, I'm kind of new to Coppell. I'm enjoying it. My husband and I moved here with our dog last year, and we have loved every second. And it's a great community made up of awesome people like you. Like I said before, I'm one of the Algebra 1 teachers, and Algebra 1 is such a fun course to teach. I love solving equations, graphing linear functions. We get into quadratic functions, a little bit into exponentials, but it's a really fun course to teach. It is a high school level course, so if you are in this class, if you're a student watching this, you want to make sure you really understand what is expected of you. A big thing is making sure you practice, just like you practice your instruments, practice your sports. Practicing math, it is a skill. You have to make sure you practice to get better at it. In algebra, because it is a high school level course, your grade stays on your transcript for high school forever. So if you are sitting in algebra and you're thinking, I'm kind of struggling, this is a little bit harder than 7th Accelerated last year, you do have the option of switching to an 8th grade on-level course. I would recommend that you do that if you are struggling, simply because I would hate to see you sitting there your senior year at CHS or New Tech thinking, oh man, I really wish I didn't have this 71 or 72 GPA. Even though you passed, you're going to hate that that's there if it's ruining your class rank, your GPA, it's hurting your college applications. So think good and hard about algebra if it's something that you kind of struggle with. There's absolutely no harm in switching to an 8th grade on-level course. You actually didn't even learn all of the 8th grade standards last year in 7th Accelerated, so it's not like you'd be doing a repeat of last year. You have a little bit of review, but there's also be some new topics that you are unfamiliar with. In an algebra course, we do use calculators. And you do an 8th grade on level 2. So if you switch, you still get a calculator. This is the calculator that we use in all of Coppell, the high schools, New Tech, here at North, West, East, everywhere. We use this calculator. It's called a Casio Prism FXCG10. And it is a graphing calculator. It does more than just your standard iPhone calculator. It's something that you can use in class, on tests and quizzes, and on your STAR test at the end of the year. I do have a class set right here behind me. That you can use during class. But if you want one to use at home, you're going to have to purchase your own. You don't have to do that. I will never assign homework that can't be done in some other way. So we have apps on our iPads that can substitute the calculator if we need to. But if you want a calculator to use at home, you're going to have to purchase your own. And I would recommend the same brand and model, just so that when you're sitting there at home, you're not trying to figure out what buttons work on yours, as opposed to what I taught you in class. You'll have that consistency. What else? So credits, calculators, that's about it for algebra. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to not text me, please don't text me, email me, call me, whatever you need to do so that I can make sure that everything is clear on how it works as a high school level course. The only other thing that I wanted to mention is that I am the math instructional coach for our campus. It's kind of like a department chair, but really the focus is more on helping other teachers with their instruction and their curriculum. Really all that means for you as parents and students is that I might be off campus sometimes for meetings, things that happen district-wide. Sometimes I have to meet most of the time at East with the other math instructional coaches from the district to plan some things. That also means I'm involved in a lot of meetings here on campus. So before and after school tutoring sometimes can get shifted around and changed. So it really just requires a little bit of flexibility on your part. But I try to make sure that my students are always aware, especially of when I do have tutoring and when I don't, just that there's not anybody showing up at my door wondering, where I am. There's also other teachers in the building that can help with tutoring. Mr. Coles is the other algebra teacher here on campus. And there's a few others, though, that are great at algebra and can also help. I know Miss Larson has taught algebra for a very long time, will be willing to help, as well as Miss Cotton. Some of y'all had her last year, Miss Choi, Miss Sars, there's tons of them. So anyways, if you have any questions, again, please do not hesitate to call me, email me. My email is just my first initial K and my last name McWilliams, MC Williams, @coppellisd.com. and my extension for my phone number is 7139. So I look forward to a really great year. Students, I can't wait to get to know you better, teach you everything there is to know about algebra, learn to love it just like me. And parents, I look forward to working with you to make sure that your student has a successful year. Thanks.